Welcome back, I'm Carrie, this is Keep It Simple DIY. You guys, I'm making hand pies again. Those were such a hit when I made them most recently. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I made some breakfast ones, some sweet ones, and some pizza ones. Now, truth be told, I've actually made those breakfast ones once since, and those are gone as well. I'm not making any breakfast ones today, but I do want to try out 3 other flavors. I tried a new pizza dough that I made last night. It's a sourdough pizza dough. It has been out proofing and fermenting all night long, and it has some wheat flour. So let me bring you back to yesterday and show you what we did. So we started by adding the starter into the bowl, and I used my Zacme mixer. My Zacme mixer is great for making any kinds of dough because it can go for like ever and it just doesn't seem to get hot. It has a nice fan in it. Then I added the water, the oil, the salt, and then both types of flour, and I let it mix for 5 minutes. I took it out of the bowl, rolled it into a ball, added some oil, and threw it back into the bowl. And from there, it has been sitting covered all night long. And that brings us back to where we are now. Alrighty, so I'm going to do the same thing I was doing then, but I'm doing different flavors. So the first flavor, oh, my cheese is over there. The first flavor that I want to do is ham and cheese. So I'm going to use just these little ham pieces and then some Velveeta cheese. I went back and forth between using like real cheese or Velveeta. And I'm using Velveeta because when I made those hand pies, it turned out so good with like the gooey cheese from the Velveeta. So that's what I'm going to do. I also have my greens, which I squirt some Mio in it to get some energy as well. Now my question is, do I want to just pull pieces off? Or like how exactly do I want to do this? So we're going to try it that way, and if it doesn't work, we'll do it a different way. Oh, I probably should separate it. We'll see. I did wash my counter before we started, so we're all good there. This dough is beautiful. Ooh, that is sour. It's a little warm in here. It is early in the morning. Let's see. Okay. I put this on this guy. And then I'm thinking each one only needs like a half a piece of cheese. I don't know, it just doesn't seem big enough for a whole piece. Well, maybe it does, but is that going to be too much? We'll find out. I always overfill these, so we're going to try to not do that. Okay, let's try this. I always struggle getting them out of here. We'll get it. There we go. There's one. So that pinch and grab thing seems to work pretty okay. I'm hoping to make 3 different kinds of hand pies today, but we'll see if we have enough dough. I'm not sure. I was hoping to do chicken bacon ranch and these ham and cheese, and then I also want to do the pizza ones again because we like those so much. But if I don't have enough dough for it, that's okay. This dough is the perfect consistency. Now, if you can't see where I'm putting these, I do have out my giant pan again. It's the full sheet. It does not fit in the oven, but it fits into the freezer perfectly, and it is my preferred pan for a lot of things. I've used it so many times just in the last few weeks alone. So even though it doesn't fit in the oven, it has a lot of uses, specifically the freezer or for drying out pasta. Now I'm going to roll the rest of these until I run out of ham, and then I probably will do, let me show you. I have this much filling left for pizza, so I'll at least do these so I can use this filling up because this is left from last time. And then after that, I'll see what I have left in the chicken bacon ranch. I'm looking at this dough, and I think I've used about half of it, maybe not quite half. I've made 5 so far, and so I'm going to use up the rest of that pizza filling right now. That way I know that I used it and we don't have to worry about making more dough. So let's make some pizza ones with the leftover dough. The dough's not dough, the leftover filling. The filling is a little bit frozen still, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I think we're at about half. So this filling was just tomato paste, a little bit of water to make it the right consistency, a bunch of cheese, some quartered pepperoni, some olives, black olives, and then a bunch of spices. So I think I did garlic, onion, salt, pepper, and oregano or Italian seasonings, one of those two. Okay, whew, overfilled a little. See if we can get this guy out of here. Awesome. This spot up front, oh no! They're not completely covered. We're gonna patch it. It'll be fine. That's because it was frozen. It was a little weird. Maybe I can use this for a part of this. This is a lot. This is all the dough that I've been like pushing off to the side. It might be too gluten-y to roll it though. We'll see. I think that's gonna have to sit for a minute. That came out beautifully. Okay, 2 pizza ones are good. I think I should have made like a quadruple batch instead of just a double batch, but it wouldn't have fit in the bowl, so a double batch it is. That is way too much. And then a trick here is whenever I get a little bit of dough stuck on one of these sides, I make sure to pull it off before using it again because it'll make the next one stick, and I definitely don't want that. Now when I did the breakfast ones, I actually used, instead of a pizza dough, I used an English muffin dough, and that turned out so well. I'm super excited about those, although they're gone at this point, but I mean, I literally made all the ones I made in the video, and then I made them again. I made, I think, did I make 12? I made 12 the second time. So I made 7 the first time and 12 the second time. Ooh. I'm trying to keep everything like not completely in the center because that's when it really gets clogged. I used to make these all the time, not necessarily these ones like with this dough, but using this press, I would almost always have something like this in the fridge or something where I just put the filling inside and rolled it like a roll and then baked them. So this is awesome. Now what I do need to figure out is I got a new air fryer since the last time that I had these, and I had one left with this new air fryer and I didn't get it to work very well. So I need to figure out exactly what settings I need to put it on for these to work well. I love the new air fryer I got. It's right behind me. I don't know if you can see it, but it is the Ninja 5-in-1 grill. And I love it. I don't air fry all that often, so I've always been like, why have an air fryer? I never really understood it because my oven has quick bake on it. But I recently got this thing and it can bake, it can broil, it can dehydrate, it can, what else can it do? Bake, broil, dehydrate, and air fry, of course. And so I air fried some baked potatoes yesterday and that turned out well. And I've air fried like a few French fries. I haven't really air fried much. See, that's the thing, I don't air fry a whole lot. But what I have done is I've baked a ton in there. I baked a loaf of sourdough bread in it yesterday. I've baked cookies in it. I have grilled all those chicken burgers that we made. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I've been using the Ninja grill for that exclusively, and they've been turning out so fantastic. So this is like the perfect buy for me. It's like I don't waste my money on just an air fryer since mine broke, but I get to still have an air fryer but all the extra cool things. So I've been using it a lot. Oh, I also put a freezer meal in there. So when we did our last freezer meal day, I made some chicken thighs bone-in that were lemon garlic, and I make them in a little tiny like a little tiny pan to go in the oven, one of those disposable ones, and it works out perfectly because that's how much we need for our family. Our family is small, but it fits in there and you could bake it in the air fryer on the bake setting. So that was exciting. This one's getting stuck up there. Now I'm putting these really close together on that sheet only because these are going in the freezer, not the oven. Let's see if this one's ready. That's all the ham that I have left, so I'm like, all right, we're gonna overfill this one a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't explode. Looks good. So I think I will have enough dough to do some chicken bacon ranch, and then we just only did 2 pizza, which that's fine. Let me grab everything out for that and kind of reset. I've gotten everything out for chicken bacon ranch. I have some cheddar cheese. I have the bacon, which I cooked in the air fryer as the second batch that I've cooked. I think I've cooked more bacon, which is 2 batches, in the last week since I've had this machine than I did probably the whole time I lived here, which has been 7 years. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have some plain Greek yogurt, and I'm going to add about 1/2 cup or so into a bowl. And then I have a little bit of this ranch dip packet seasoning, and I'm going to mix this into here. And then I have some canned chicken, and now I don't want the moisture from the canned chicken, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I obviously want to drain it, but I'm thinking that through still. I'm also thinking through, do I want to mix everything together and then just plop it in? Because that's what I did with the pizza and it worked really well. Or do I want to like assemble them each one at a time? Because that can be kind of a big pain in the butt if I do it that way. So I know I need to open this. Oh gosh. Guess let's try assembling these piece by piece. We'll see how that goes. There's a protein shake in the fridge if you want it. You have to huh? True. Yeah.
I can feel him looking at me.
No. The eyes of the Rillo. It's the eye of the Rillo. It's the thrill of the fight. That's pretty fitting. Okay, let's see. Oh. Yeah, that worked. Some of these are pinching open. I need to pinch them closed. Something like that. So that was 1/2 piece of bacon, or maybe a whole, I think it was 1/2 piece bacon. Little piece of chicken. I'm doing chicken bacon ranch.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And there's ham and cheese. And there's 2 pizzas because that's how much pizza filling I have left, but I don't think I have enough dough to make whole pizzas ones.
That's okay.
Next time. I have the stuff to make it. Whoa. Okay, a little bit more time consuming that way, but that worked. And then I won't end up with like too much of a mixture. I'll have extra of everything, but I don't have to have them all together. Okay, ranch. Maybe I'll put the cheese next. Maybe that'll be better. Then the bacon. And then the chicken. I feel like this is the smallest piece of chicken ever in there. But like any more and it won't close. Okay. There we go. Okay, a few more of these to do. I think this will probably use the rest of the dough. So once I get these done, I'm gonna go pop these in the freezer, but I'll make sure to show you first. But I figure you probably don't wanna watch me make a million more of these. It's more like 6. Or maybe you do wanna watch me do a million of those. Let me know down below, what do you prefer? I'm getting hungry, so I think I'm gonna cook some of these up, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, I am at a loss. Like, what do I do? So maybe this will help me. Oh, I don't know. I wish I remembered what it was on the other one, but I would just hit like the pizza button. So we need to preheat. Oh wait, and I need to air fry. And is 390 gonna be high enough? Let's do 400. No, I think it was like 360 before because they were frozen. So maybe 375. And then 20 minutes? I feel like 16 minutes. We're gonna try that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, it says to add food. So I put some vent holes in 2 of these and I sprayed them. So let's just set those in there. Oh, I should spray the bottom. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Typically I'll be cooking them from frozen, so we'll see how this one goes. I am on the last one. I just counted and there are 21. I have 2 of them in the air fryer. And this is interesting. I have the perfect amount of everything. Well, and bacon, there's a little extra, but I literally made the perfect amount of not sour cream, ranch, which is interesting because that's how much ranch packet I had in my house. I have more on order, but it won't be here until later today. But then the cheese, I got this all over me. The cheese that I have thawed, I had enough. I mean, this one's maybe a little skimpy on the cheese, but we're fine. So that was perfect. And then bacon, it's the perfect amount because there's leftovers, right? Isn't that how bacon works? There's like 1 or 2 pieces, so I don't have like a ton of leftovers, but have a good amount. And then, of course, chicken, I'll have to find something else to do with. But that'll be fine. And you know, I did think about the fact that I'm not seasoning the chicken. That might or might not be a mistake. But I do have the ranch dressing in there. So like once it's all cooked, it'll all be seasoned together, right? Because the ranch is pretty strong flavor. Okay, last one going up. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up, probably get those in the freezer. I'll show you them before I put them in the freezer, and looks like we have 4 minutes. I did just go and spray a little bit more oil on them to make them look nice. Did it. I have the air fryer open now. I'm pretty sure they are done. I'm going to poke some holes in these, get them sprayed, and get them into the freezer. Oh, you know, I don't love this thing. I used to have the Misto, but it broke. This one isn't doing so hot either. I feel like these are just like a temporary thing. This one's just hard on my hand. To the freezer these go. Okay, so these didn't come out super even in color, but they look good. They've been sitting there for a second, which is why I can grab them. Now I don't know which one is which. Yeah, I do. There's some cheese. Well, no, that could be either. All right, let's cut into these guys and see how they look. I think I'm gonna use this. It is hot. I don't know how I was just able to grab them out and it didn't seem hot. Maybe now because it's like on my hand for longer. It looks like the cheese didn't melt all the way, but I bet once they've been frozen, it will. Just based off of how the other ones went. The breakfast ones, when I cooked them from fresh, cheese didn't melt all the way, but when I cooked them from frozen, it did. Does that make any sense? I don't know why it did that, but that's how it was then. Stray little piece. These look fantastic. They smell delicious. I'm so excited to give these a try, but I need to take some pictures of them first. So on first look, here's my thought. This one definitely had a really thick dough, and I'm not sure that this dough got cooked all the way through, but this one had a thinner dough, and it definitely got cooked all the way through. I am going to try the cheddar, not cheddar. I'm gonna try the ham and cheese first. It's still a little hot though. Mmm. That's delicious. The Velveeta was the right way to go. And let's try this one. Mmm. Equally as delicious. I think it is, well, I think the dough is cooked. It's maybe it sat with the cream on it, but the ones that are thinner probably would turn out better. So now I just need to perfect cooking them in the air fryer from frozen. So we'll see how that goes. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, also give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in more hand pies and you haven't yet checked out the last set of hand pies I made, I will link them here, and then I will link another video down here in case you've already watched that one. Thanks for being here. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.